Good afternoon, Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining us for this side event discussion entitled Addressing Barriers to the Education of Young Girls and Examining Best Practices to Overcome Those Barriers. Our next speaker is Prayer Nwagboso. Prayer is from Nigeria. She was very anxious to be here in person, and we were very anxious to have her here in person, but we didn't quite navigate the visa problem very well. So she's joining us by a Zoom call. Let me say the only audio will be here to listen to her presentation. Prayer is a humanitarian, social entrepreneur, and advocate for education, gender equality, and digital empowerment. She's the founder and CEO of Naza Agape Foundation, leading over 500 volunteers across multiple countries to support displaced children, vulnerable women, and underserved communities. She is also the co-founder of Grillified Sanitary Pad, working to end period poverty, which has been spoken of by both of our speakers already, period poverty across Nigeria and Africa. Her work in education, digital skills training, and menstrual health advocacy have impacted thousands, earning recognition from the BBC, Business Day, and Nigerian Magazine. She serves as the state chair for Nigeria G100 Million and is a cabinet minister in the Republic of Women, championing the rights of women and girls. Her vision is to build tuition-free schools across Africa, ensuring education for all. So to further introduce Prayer, we're going to have a brief excerpt from a BBC show about her.
I'm here to learn. The place is so nice and sweet.
In 2018, I started teaching children for free. Initially, we started with about 30 students, and then right now we have grown to about 300. Today, we have someone that's studying medicine in second year, someone studying engineering in third year. I was posted to a school, and most times people are always running away from teaching because they feel it's very tedious. But coming here to teach opened my eyes to the reality that children face in rural and indigent community, and how, most girls don't want to go, don't have a desire. Me going to Covenant University, seeing a very beautiful environment in a private university, and then coming down to this rural area where the tables are broken, the chairs are shaking. It really breaks my heart. I'll gather the children in our area and then just be teaching them. I didn't really know what I was doing, but I just enjoyed it. My parents value education so much. Even though they did not have all the money in the world, they wanted us to get quality education. And my dad used to say that even if he gives me 1 million naira today, the money will finish, but education, no one can take it from me. Children on the streets, without any care, without going to school, just loitering around.
My village was attacked 2018 during the crisis. I lost my dad, and back then I was 14 years old.
So it's only I and my elder brother that escaped. My dad was killed, and then my mom was in the neighboring house. So they saw her there and they shot her there.
At the IDP camp, no school, nothing. She started with lesson, a little trauma healing classes like that.
I was 18 years old by then, thinking that follow me here, I would write secondary school exams. It will not be possible for me to pass the exams. But I saw that lesson will help me go a long way.
Sometimes you sit down, look at everything around you, you feel like giving up, but she will just come with an encouragement.
The truth is that after that incident, I almost gave up in life. So actually, she's a mother to me because she's the only person that showed interest to helping me.
Aside from the academics, we also have like a specialized emotional training classes we carry out to them, like building up their level of confidence. The future ambitions for Naza Agape Foundation is to have tuition-free schools in Africa where we can be able to replicate this same thing in other locations.
I want to be a medical doctor to study medicine and surgery.
I want to be a nurse because I have great passion for it, and I also want to help the patients, those the less privileged too, because I know how it means to be a needy person.
When I got a call from one of you, say, "Oh ma, I passed my work, I did so well," it gives me some sense of belonging and fulfillment and excitement.
Good day, distinguished guests, educators, and advocates for education. It is truly an honor to speak before you today as the founder and CEO of the Naza Agape Foundation, a humanitarian organization dedicated to transforming the lives of children, particularly girls, through education, welfare, and empowerment programs. Please, can you indicate if you can see my screen? Okay, you can hear me. Thank you. Okay, who are we? We are a registered non-governmental organization focused on education, welfare, and empowerment. What we stand for. The Naza Agape Foundation is transforming of lives of vulnerable children, particularly girls, young women, and crisis-affected communities. Naza tuition-free education. The Naza, one of the biggest challenges in Nigeria today is the education crisis caused by conflict and displacement. Many children in internally displaced camps have lost years of school. In 2018, Naza Agape Foundation addressed this challenge by establishing a tuition-free school, ensuring that crisis-affected children have access to quality education. Subsequently, we expanded our support by welcoming more children from low-income communities, providing them with free classes, educational supplies, materials. This achievement was highlighted in the BBC documentary shown before my presentation. Here are some success stories of the foundations. Nora's story. Displaced by insurgency in a 2018 attack in north-central Nigeria, which tragically took the life of her father and other loved ones, Nora lost all hope of continuing her education. Forced to live in an IDP camp, she faced an uncertain future until Naza Agape Foundation stepped in, providing not only education, but also emotional, welfare, and comprehensive support since 2018. Through Naza Agape Foundation scholarship program, Nora was able to complete her secondary education, graduating in 2023. In 2024, she became computer literate, gaining vital digital skills. Now she is seeking admission to study medicine at the University of Jos. Driven by the dream of becoming a medical doctor and giving back to her community. Please take a look at the pictures from 2018 displayed on the screen, which shows the remarkable transformation over the years. Peace transformation. Peace, a 15-year-old girl from Plateau State in Nigeria, was raised by a poor single mother, and to make ends meet, she had to work as a housemaid and she could not school. She spent her days doing chores instead of learning in a classroom. Through the Foundation's Back to School initiative, Peace family received support and she was enrolled in school. With school fees covered, uniforms provided, and mentorship offered, she's now a graduate from secondary school enrolled in tailoring skills. She desires to become a renowned fashion designer. Sarah's resilience. Right now, I'm going to be moving on to a very emotional story of the foundation. Sarah Simon, a secondary school graduate of the foundation, was raped in 2023, and it resulted in her getting pregnant. She was victimized and ridiculed to a point of almost committing suicide. It was a very challenging period of time for us as we had to plead with her family not to disown her and consistently supported her. After several trauma healing sessions, she found hope to live again. Through the consistent support of the foundation, she gave birth successfully through a surgery, and we have been supporting the welfare of her child. In 2025, we empowered her to start up a small business of selling charcoal and firewood, as that is very lucrative in her community. Today, she's thriving alongside her baby. There's a saying that states that an empowered woman is unstoppable. She lifts, leads, and transforms the world around her. And that is the story of Jocelyn Monday, a poor widow of 4 children. The Naza Foundation team empowered her to start a food business and enrolled her son in a school. Today, she's thriving well and supporting her children and other less privileged in her community. The Naza Agape Foundation is passionate about the empowerment of the girl child, not just with education, but also with tech skills. In 2019, we were privileged to be a part of the Africa Code Week, which was funded by UNESCO and SAP. We were able to empower over 1,050 girls on basic computer skills and coding. Today, these girls have picked up interest in the STEM world and are now very passionate about learning more on computer and the digital world. Subsequently, in 2022, the UNESCO Regional Office in Abuja co-funded us to implement the Youth Mobile Project, where we empowered over 500 girls on basic app development using Aboagye and Figma platforms. These girls were able to build their first and second working pages of an electoral sensitization app called My Election App. The impact of the Naza Agape Foundation goes beyond the shores of Nigeria and across Africa. We have volunteers across Nigeria, in Ghana, Cameroon, India, Pakistan, and other countries making impact in their communities and those working with us remotely. I'm about to share the inspiring story of Sanya Lakat, a Pakistan teenager. Inspired by the work of the Naza Agape Foundation, Sanya, a 19-year-old teenager from Pakistan, reached out to us in 2020 about replicating the same impact in her community. After successfully empowering her, she started teaching children from the street for free. Now over 65 children in her community are now able to read and write properly. This story inspires the world as long as we're consistent in the work we do. Now we move on to the best practice. Best practice the foundation adopted, the Period Poverty Initiative. For over a decade, I've been working in the social impact space, and one of the most challenging issues faced by the girl child is period poverty. I have witnessed how many girls are unable to attend school due to period poverty and many have vulnerable abuse and sex is a choice, having period, and this is an issue at hand. In 2018, over 2,500 girls have received free sanitary pads from the Naza Agape Foundation, helping them combat the stigma of period poverty and remaining in school. We have visited numerous schools across community and across Africa, promoting proper hygiene and donating sanitary pad. Through the continuous research and consistent project, Naza Agape Foundation came up with a solution, and I'm moving on to the next slide, and that is the Girlified Sanitary Pad project. Girlified is an eco-friendly sanitary pad project that uses banana fiber to replace plastic layers found in conventional sanitary pad. Our mission is to empower girls through affordable, sustainable menstrual hygiene products, promoting their well-being while simultaneously replacing plastic waste and pollution from disposable pads. Initially, we began researching on how to manufacture sanitary pads using banana fiber, locally processed cotton and cassava starch, while we continue to explore ways. Right now, our pad today, we're reaching over 10,000 girls across Nigeria that have benefited from the Girlified sanitary pad. This support has enabled them to return to school without fear or concern over period poverty. My personal reflection. Because of quality education and sacrifices of my parents, I am where I am today. But this is unfortunately, millions of girls lack this opportunity. What is the crisis? The crisis, 7.6 million girls are out of school in Nigeria. According to UNICEF's report, 3.9 million girls in primary and 3.7 million girls in junior secondary school. Every number states the risk of a girl not being in school. Let's move on. Let's act now. Education is a right and not a luxury. Let's empower girls for a better future together. The Naza Agape Foundation, we are focused on empowering children, ensuring that if they are given access to quality education, they can be able to change and impact their world. I want to say a very big thank you to you all and to all the distinguished guests for making our time to listen to me. Thank you so much. Thank you for listening. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Prayer. I think it's fair to say that we could all use a little more prayer in our lives. So thank you. Just for some concluding remarks, His Excellency Ambassador,